people, and hear my story concerning Namu the killer whale. I'll tell you some things that are bloody and gory, and thereby hangs a tale. Live and let nature be your teacher. Respect the life of your fellow creature. Live and let live whatever you do, and always remember the killer whale Namu. It happened one time in the northwest waters. Two fishermen some whales they spied. They shot one whale, a 6-ton female. She swam to the shore and she died. Her mate swam behind her, trying to find her, and oh how he cried and he mourned, until Hank Donner, he happened upon her, and upon her mate so forlorn. Live and let nature be your teacher. Respect the life of your fellow creature. Live and let live whatever you do, and always remember the killer whale Namu.
Since you said something about a hill with a grassy access to it, with a tower up on it for a view, I wasn't sure you were talking about this one or not. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't, but it just turns out I'm working on such a tower. This side is easier to come up, because I've been working on it with a tractor and keeping it bush hogged and smoothed down, so it doesn't take as much effort to come up, maybe, but it took a long time to get it this way. But now it isn't that hard. But you're right, man, on the other side of this hill, if I come around the other side and look on the other side of it, it's steeper, it's rockier, it's thicker grass, It's a harder way to come up physically, but honestly, it's quicker, So I just wanted to talk to you because it seemed like you were thinking that I was for communism, and I'm not for communism. I don't want us to be in a communist country. I'm really afraid of authoritarianism. I'm afraid for a government. I'm afraid of a government that uses every chance it can to take our freedoms away. Right now, it's freedom of speech and freedom to oppose the current government. And we should always be able to do that if we so choose. You should be able to do that. And that's what's worrying me. But I don't know, man. What bothers me is that you in your comment, it sounded like you were trying to set up a class distinction between me and you. Using our experience and livelihoods to set us apart from each other. And we're blood. We're cousins. And everyone's different, man. Everybody comes up a different way. You said something about me coming up with, education, TV shows, blah, blah, blah. Well, the first part of my life, man, I worked manual labor for years and years. Those were my jobs, manual labor jobs. And eventually I went through a spell. I went to school. I taught school, did those things. And now, in the end of my life here, I'm relying on the skills that I learned doing manual labor, the education that I got there. And I'm using those skills more than I use my book learning. And that's what I'm using to build this tower, It is. It's so we can stand up here and look at this view. And it's not just me, man, because I can come up here and look at the view anytime if I want. But a lot of folks like a nice platform. And so it's for the guests, for you, if you come to visit. So you can sit up here and look if you want to. I'm really worried about these times. We're being manipulated to divide into camps and to divide into armies. Information's being manipulated to heighten our sense of anger. But we can't let that happen to ourselves, man. We gotta keep loving each other. In spite of our differences. Because we can live together. We can work together. We can make the pendulum of this United States government work. It swings back and forth. But it doesn't have to swing like a hammer. It can swing more like the clapper on a Liberty Bell. But that bell's cracked. But it still rings. 10 years ago, when I dug these holes, there's that hole over there. There's that hole over here. And that hole is, the water's always been clear for 10 years. In that hole, the water is always turbid. It's always green. It has some algae, something growing in it. Been like that for 10 years. Now, when it rains, the water mixes together. Both sides of this pond mix together. They come together down there. And I really can't understand why that side is remaining clear and that side is green. And both sides have their advantages. This algae structure over there, it brings up a certain community of individuals, and this clear pond has some of the same, but the frogs tend to hang out more over there, and the inverts seem to hang out more over there. But hell, man, they're all just hanging out. They're all just doing their due. Neither one's trying to wipe the other out. They just live, man. They just live. Live and let live. That's what Namu said. Saw that in the 6th grade. Live and let live, let nature be your teacher, respect the lives of your fellow creature. But yeah, man, I know nature. What is it? Red in tooth and claw. But that paradox still gives us a choice on if we want to let our bestial nature get the best of us and divide us and throw us into war, or the more congenial, cooperative nature allow us to work together to try to solve our differences, or at least live together with them somehow. I don't know, man. Was it only a coincidence that you mentioned a tower on a hill? Well, I'm building a tower. It's called Peace Tower.
Big Joe and Bert, they both tried to herd Namu, the giant of the sea. But Hank grabbed Bert's rifle, said, "Boys, don't you trifle. This whale and this cove are for me." So Hank placed a net in the water so wet, and the townsfolk were scared through and through. But little Liza Rand lent Hank a helping hand, and they both made friends with Namu. Live and let nature be your teacher. Respect the life of your fellow creature. Live and let live whatever you do, and all killer whale Namu. But soon there begun that big salmon run, and Big Joe took after Namu. But before Joe could kill Namu, he did spill Big Joe and his boat in the blue. But Namu, he did save Big Joe from the waves, and the whale heard the great ocean call. Then everybody knew that the killer whale Namu, he wasn't a killer at all.
Live, let nature be your teacher. Respect the life of your fellow creature. Live, let live, whatever you do, and always remember